Welcome everyone, Madman bringing another RSL video. Today is actually going to be experimentation day. So just wanted to test Hydra on Nightmare here. This is my team here, and pretty much we're just going to concentrate here on Marius. He did 303 million in damage. Now, a lot of RNG goes into this because Necnothar is in a provoke, so he may or may not provoke the one head, and who knows if he'll cleanse, not cleanse. That's a big part of it, and then it could all go wrong beforehand. So anyway, we are going to free regroup, but we will remember 303 million on Marius. Now let's actually go back to the Bastion, and we're going to come over here to the relics. So if we look at my collection here, standard, we got that one, but we picked up the Cat's Gaze. I want to level this up. So what I need to do is actually, I have a level 6 here, but nothing in it. That's level 9. Probably want to keep that. There should be another level 6 here. I have a level 6 here as well. So I don't know. We'll take this one and we're going to upgrade it because I don't need too many of these. And what we'll do, so we'll be on upgrade level. We'll hit max, and boom, it's up. Now we got to upgrade rank. And we just put one of these puppies in here, or you can use any one of these other ones, relics in there to rank it up. Alright, now we're going to upgrade level again. And now we're up to level 6. Now, if I believe right, I could be wrong here. Come over here to the cat's meow, and if we want to upgrade rank, we have 1, 2. So apparently I didn't upgrade the 1. Let's go back out here. Alright, level 9, level 9, level 9. Okay, level 6, but oh, it's still a 2-star. Alright, so we need to come here and we need to upgrade rank. Sorry about that. Anyway, we can use any of the 2 stars we want, or for now we'll just use 2 of these. Now it's up to 3-star. Now we don't want to upgrade level again. Now I can close out of this. I can go here and we pick our 3 now food relics, and we're going to rank this up, and now we can take it up to level 12. 284 of those, so we got plenty of those right now, but if you start getting a whole lot of relics, and it could go crazy real quick. So we're at 21% crit damage, and now we're up to 26. Let's see, if we added 6 more, that would be 32, and I'm pretty sure it maxes out at 40. So, but an extra 26% crit damage, and the 104 in attack. Now let's back out of this. We don't want to upgrade, but we do want to take a look at it real quick. So we got it up to level 12, and boom. So we're ignoring up to 16 more percent of defense. And so we're going to put that on Marius now. I don't know if I want to go in here. I don't think you can put, apparently you can't put the stones in right here. But if we look, so 2 triangles, I'm thinking when using multi-hit skills, each consecutive hit after the first one, the wearer will do 3% more damage. So that would be good. That would, I don't think will be super great if you're putting on Marius. I can't remember. The wearer's crit damage increases if they're under any debuffs. That would be pretty solid. Or the wearer will ignore 3% of the target's defense if it is under 2 or more debuffs. So we're going to be putting more debuffs up on both the Hydra and Chimera. So probably that one, and this one would be better. And then I'm pretty sure a circular one, and I am not sure which one. Could use that, but that would only help on the pretty much the first turn. Increase the accuracy there. What do we got? Increase accuracy. Turn meter decrease effects, so not super great. Turn meter effects are 10% more effective on the wearer, so that wouldn't be too bad. That doesn't really help too much. And then this one, ignore defense effects, so not too much of use there. So I would probably, maybe select this or just leave it alone. It's a little boost to them, but let's go ahead. So that was Alaz, and we actually want to put it on Marius, which, okay, we're going to take off of him. And real quick here, though, we are sitting at 386 crit damage. 386. So we put the relic on here, and we equip. Now, if I select here, I can add those, but we're not going to do it right now. All right. So Marius got that, and let's see what our grand total is. We are up to 412. Liking that. Alrighty. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back over here, escape all of that, and we're going to go back to Clan Boss. We're going to start our Hydra on Nightmare again. Here is our team, and real quick, the only thing I'm going to let it do, we're going to let it run long enough. I want to see if Necmo lands the provoke on him right to start, or I'll have to start over, and then we will come back at the end and see what his damage is after all, if we get to 1,000 turns. I ran it once, it did not make it to 1,000 turns, so like I said, this is a RNG heavy boss and an RNG heavy team here too. So Necmothar landing the provoke. He did not land the provoke, and give him a second, he might get another turn in there, but I'm not sure before he'll cleanse. So that not too great, but let's see what happens here. He's getting around. Will he get the provoke off in time? Come on, get your turn. And one other thing I did not pay attention to was when Marius did his first hit, how much damage he did. And he got the cleanse. So sadly, we're going to start that over again. And one thing I want to look is, so let it put up decreased defense and weaken, and then Marius will go and he'll hit real hard, and we should be at least 4 to 4.5 million in damage coming up here. Right here, let's see, boom, boom, boom. So right at 4 million, so it doesn't look like too much has benefited him from that relic right now, but we will see. Necmothar plays a big role in this because he is in 6-star cruelty, so once he starts getting a few hits, he's going to drop their defense down. Of course, Marius is in 6-star crushing rend. Still didn't land it. Doggone it. This is the pain in the ass with RNG. I don't know how much it really matters, but I don't want to start off in the hole. So we'll keep trying here. Let's see. Come on. Alright. What kind of damage is Marius going to pump out here on this one? Boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom. 4.4. So he's still in that range. So that's good, We didn't lose too much there. But it will be interesting to see if he actually picks up any more damage. Unfortunately, I'd like to test a little more, and I might, do that more. But I don't have a whole lot of limited time right now, and there we go again, not landing the doggone provoke. Free regroup. Alright, I'm not going to make y'all watch this painful I will catch y'all at the end. Okay, well, 383 million. Now, RNG could have gone really good, but I've never broke 500 million total. So I want to say like 486 was like my highest, and trust me, I did a fair bit of manually on that. So this is full auto thanks to Sulfurion. So RNG could have been real good, but I don't know that 80 million more is locked up in RNG when I'm hitting the turn limit. Now, if the other one didn't hit the turn limit, yeah, if you only go to 800 turns, you could potentially lose 80 million because you're probably having really crappy RNG. So it looks like at least for Hydra, initial look, that is definitely one sick relic for your DPSers. Anyway, I'm going to try and test Nightmare Hydra a little more here over the next few days, and we'll take a look at Chimera as well, even though I'm trying to kind of switch my Chimera team. But anyway, we'll get into that. But that's where we stand so far. It looks like that blessing, and we haven't even put gems in it, is a huge difference. Alright, so this is the second run with the relic in place. So 361 million. So we're down 22 million from our current high, or the highest we have reached so far. And actually all the numbers are down a little bit. So I think it's because, when he kills off the heads, then these guys getting a little more chance to beef up their numbers when they're hitting dead heads. So, but you can see 51 minutes to do this experiment. But there you go, that. We'll do it a third time, and then I got to take the relic back off and do 2 more without it on so we can get a better comparison. So the third attempt yielded 476 million in damage, 367 of that coming from Marius. He is in the relic. We did hit the turn limit. So that's pretty much the only thing. Full auto from the start, hit the turn limit. Not as good RNG as the very first one, but is what it is. So we're going to free regroup. I'm going to show you real quick the relic that I have on Marius, and then I'm going to do 2 more attempts there without the relic on Marius. I am fortunate enough to have pulled a 6-star and fortunate enough to have the full 9-piece layer. But we did, I got lucky the other day. If you watched that video, you saw that I pulled the Cat's Gaze. I did push it up to level 12, which is about as far as I can get it, at least right now. So we got an extra 26% crit damage and an extra 16% ignore defense. No gems have been placed in it as of yet. So I'm going to take this off here, and then we'll do 2 more tests. And then I also want to do the same thing with Chimera. Alright, let's hit edit. Let's hit unequip. How many cost? 320 to unequip. Alright, well, we're going to do that. At least we got plenty as of right now. So we'll be back once we get the next run tallied up. Okay, so attempt number 2 without the relic. We hit the turn limit. Did about 10-12 million less, but Marius actually did like 6 million more. So right now it's looking like that relic is making one heck of a difference. But we still got 1 more trial, kind of see where we end up. So we'll discuss it once we finish with the next and third run without a relic. Okay, so hit the 1,000 turn limit, 480 million, 370 million damage from Marius. But this is supposed to be the third and final run of Marius without the relic. So, let's free regroup. Let's go back to the Bastion. And I'm pretty sure I took that off because, well, we did the second run without it on. So, interesting. and he has no relic. So, how much better are the results, or is it just better at giving you more consistent results? That is interesting. Let me go ahead, figure out the average here in a minute. So, you'll get it instantly. I need to take a minute. So we have changed over to Chimera. This is Nightmare level, and we're going to run this team. Of course, we're just really testing Marius. We're going to let it go full auto, with the exception of we're going to try and catch it a little sooner for when the ram head comes up, and we just let it, manual it through there, and then the rest of it will full auto again, and that's how I'll do it for all these runs, try and keep consistency. And we'll see what kind of damage he pumps out without the relic, and then we'll see what he pumps out with the relic. So we'll see at the finish line. So, first attempt without the relic on Nightmare Chimera, and he did 85.9, so 86 million in damage. One thing I do want to point out, of course, I manualed through the ram, and I had to slow down right before the serpent, because if Newt puts out his stupid counterattack and Elva does her cleanse, and then the damn serpent goes, oh, you got a bunch of poisons kicking your butt, and every time you touch him, he's whacking you because he's counterattacking. So, yeah, run will fail real quick. So you kind of need to take control there as well. Anyway, wanted to point that out. So from then on, right before the ram form, right before the serpent form, got to take a little control. But we'll keep going, and we'll see what the next result is. So, the second attempt on Nightmare Chimera here, and Marius is literally within 300,000, not million, 300,000 from the last run. Remember, he was just shy of 86 million last time. So that's fairly consistent so far. Newt picked up a little more. Actually, Lydia picked up the most because we gained about 3 million total. But that's attempt number 2. So we will see you on the flip side when attempt number 3 is done. Alright, so test run number 3 on Nightmare Chimera, and way more damage. But Marius did 93.97, so 94 million, and he was right around 86, so 7 million more this go round. But Newt did way more. I'm going to say he was at like 38, so, well, not a whole lot, way more. I guess about 8 million more. The rest of them are somewhat standard there. So, what does that mean? Not much of nothing other than, RNG plays a big factor in this stuff. So, especially with Newt, whether he's weak hitting or not, since the base boss, with the 3 heads is Magic Affinity, he's weak to that, but then the individual ones, he's neutral, so he can hit them really hard. So, anyway, there we go there, and we'll put the relic on, and we will find out if there's a big difference or not. Okay, our first run at Chimera Nightmare with the relic on Marius, and you can see 102.8 million, so almost 103 million. I think the high was 93 million without the relic, and the others were like 84, 86, somewhere in there. So at least 10 million difference there on Chimera so far. But we still have 2 more runs to go, so we'll see his finish line. Second attempt here with the relic on, and we jumped up, I want to say from 1.2 million, almost 1.3 to 1.4, so not a huge jump, but we're still staying in that range. We did about 8 million more damage. Newt did a little more damage as well, and of course that added to a small amount to Lydia, because she is in the set that gives hex. But anyway, So that was attempt number 2. Let's see if number 3 plays right along with where we're at. Alrighty. So our third and final attempt here at Chimera Nightmare with Marius wearing the Relic, and he got 98.867 million in damage there. That's the lowest of the 3 runs. So what did it pan out? Well, the average without a Relic was 88.531 million damage from Marius. But with the Relic, the average was 101,000,000.891 in damage. So the Relic definitely helps. Let's go back. We'll do a quick look over there and kind of wrap things up here. So, alright. So what do we have here? Of course, we have Marius. He is currently wearing the Relic. It did make a difference with Alaz as well. So anyway, we don't have any gemstones in there as of yet. It's only up to level 4, so it's not to its max potential. Giving him a little more defense on Marius. Mucho bueno. Giving him more crit damage, pushing that up to 40, so another 14% I believe can be squeezed out of there at some point, and pumping up from 16% ignore defense to 20%. Is it going to make a huge difference? No, but it's going to make a noticeable difference. So, there you go. The Relic is good on Marius, and I, didn't test it in other places, because he is so good in all kinds of dungeons, soloing half of those. He's good in Doom Tower. He's good against a lot of bosses there. He is good in Arena. So, there's a lot of other places I didn't get to test it too well, but I wanted to, his 2 big areas, at least as of right now, I wanted to test it out, see how much of a difference it made, and it did. I'm not as sure about Hydra, because we did get that one score that was pretty damn close, and so RNG plays so much of a factor in there, but it definitely looks like, okay, if it didn't really improve his damage by much in Hydra, it did improve or cut down the bad RNG, like if you're sitting there hitting that minus 10 versus the plus 10 in damage when you do your hits. And that's, a 20% swing that you can have. So throw that in, and then all the other RNG that is crazy whack in Hydra, and that's how you can get 100 million difference, in a score with the same champion. So, but that seems to at least cut that down to where you're not on that low end at least anymore. So that's what I'll kind of go with for now. Of course, little by little, be playing it more and more, and then of course you get more results. So, but yes, very good for Marius in both Chimera and Hydra. I'm going to say yes, and other places as well. And I already know it's good with Alaz, but we're going to go show that it's pretty good with Alaz as well, just not quite like we did with Marius. So we'll see you there. Alright, so you guys won't notice this, but we're going to do a little interruption into our Marius quest here to see if that Relic is in a dramatic improvement or not. And I pulled, of course, a 6-star for Alaz, and I had a second Alaz, so I left the first one at 4-star because I had to build him up to that. So, built him up, was going to test him, but he is Force Affinity, and the main boss is Magic, so yay! But the individual ones are Spirit, that makes him Negative Affinity, which means he can weak hits, so that is way too much RNG to sit there and try and say, oh yeah, the Relic's really good on a just, pure nuking ability instead of a max HP. But anyway, here's my Marius real quick. We got 6 pieces of Merciless and 2 crit damage. Not the greatest stats in the world, but it is what it is. We did get him up to 6,500 defense. He is at 257 speed. I can up that a little bit, but it takes a lot of glyphs. We are perfectly at 100% crit damage, and we are at 333 for the crit damage there. I can get it up a little higher. Unfortunately, luck has not been on my side there. So there's 20 more. I can get them up to 353, and then with other relics, I can get them pretty close to 400. But it is what it is. So let's take him. Now that you've seen what he's got here, we're going to come to Doom Tower. We're going to go to floor, I believe, 97 here. All right, and is it 97? That does not look right. Was it 98? Not 98. Was it 96? 96. Okay, it was floor 96 because I want him to be neutral or positive affinity. I know it's like cheating a little bit, but I want to make sure that he actually hits, for the full amount. So we're going to go ahead and start this. I think it's not on auto. Okay, it's not on auto. It's on 1 times. We're not going to do all the fancy stuff, right? I'm not giving all the 1,000,001 buffs or whatever. We want to see if there's an actual improvement, and we're just going to do his A2, his nuking ability, straight off AoE. Let's see, yes, so we're positive or neutral affinity to everyone. And we'll go ahead and boom, 87 and 9,000. I saw 168. Somehow he didn't hit him, but and then counterattack, and he finished the job. All right, now let's end the battle here. Let's do this again. I like to get 3 in, so we'll do 3. Boom, boom, 93, 200,000. Wow. Okay, so he's hitting pretty doggone hard there. One more time. In the battle. Replay the battle. Let's see what happens here. Oops, got to click on that. Schmack. Holy cow. 894. Okay, somehow we didn't kill her and stuff got revived. But that should be enough to, we can just pick out, say, this cold heart and see what we got there. So let me go review this real quick so I can get the numbers, and then we'll put the relic on him, and we'll see what he can do on stage 96 with the relic on. So we put the cat's gaze on, giving him 26% more crit damage, and I want to say up to 16% ignore defense. The attack is totally useless on him. So just real quick, still 65, 257, 100, and now we are up to 359 crit damage, but we also have the ignore defense. Let's go back over to the Doom Tower. It was level 96. Now, before we start this, the first run averaged 88k in damage between the 2 hits, and the next 2 were just over 146,000. The first run, though, the highest hit overall I saw was 197,000. The second one was 225,000. The third one was 217,000. That was, against everybody else there. And then, but the average was 127,000. So that average, though, is based off the cold heart. So when we start here, what I'll tell you is, I probably should have done that first. This cold heart right here, that's what I did all the averages off of, and then whichever one got the highest one was what I picked for the high. But we've got that on now, so let's do our 3 runs here and see. Boom, 140, 156. Yeah. Okay. Definitely worthwhile going on your raw damage dealers. So let's replay it. I think I was just stunned, so I didn't even pay attention to how much, but I know at least over 100k on every one. Boom, 140, 300 and something thousand. Damn. Okay. Let's go back and do one more time. And what are we going to get here? Boom, 228, or 288, 281 there. All right. So let me go back and review this run, but that was dramatic, different, dramatic. All right, let me go check those numbers. So Alaz with the Relic on, and that one cold heart that we were basing everything off of did 148k on the first try, and then 236k average on the second try, 282k on the third try, but an overall average of 222,000 amongst all of them, which is almost 100k above without the Relic on. Also, the max I saw was 331, and then 340k from anybody on there. So yes, that Relic is definitely going to improve your natural nuking champion there. Remember, he also has 6-star crushing Ren, so good lord, I don't know how much defense he's ignoring, but it's probably pretty doggone close to 100% there. I know I said this negative affinity, and we're not going to do a full run there, but I do want to test it a little bit. This is Nightmare. I want to test a little bit because at least he'll be positive affinity on the start here. And let's just kind of see. Because remember, he builds up his defense too. So we'll just do a bunch of A1s here. We might do an A3 with her in a little bit. Do I want to do a decrease? I'm going to put this on. Let's see what Necmo does. Ah, damn it. Of course, he's a little slow. I wanted to put this on. And we'll speed up here. We'll go ahead and do that. Again, just do that. We'll do that first. We'll put decreased defense and weaken out. And now you are faster. So let's see what he'll hit. Right here, he hasn't got any bonus yet. So, boom, 305. And he's not going to do his second hit, sadly. But he's going to do those little counterattacks. Okay, this is only round 2, so let's see. He got hit once with the counterattack there. Not quite going to do that just yet. Another turn for her. Go with her. Alright, let's see what his A1 does. 90 and 89, so we'll go there. We'll do this. Sadly, he's about to get punched. Well, hit, and he doesn't have counterattack. And they are all whatever. So, you know what? Let's see what happens if we do this. He's going to get increased crit rate and increased crit damage. So what is he going to do? 88 and 50 something. And then a counter. So not uber great there. And we only had weaken on too. Dang it. Alright. I don't want to speed up. Because I want him to do that. And then I can put the decreased defense and weaken back on. Just A1 with her. A1. And here we go again. 353, so it climbed up a little bit. I don't know if I should take this to like the second round to see. I'm going to keep going, but I'm going to skip forward for y'all. And we're going to see what happens when like we get back around to this the second go round. So we'll see at that point. Alright, second go around here, turn 13, and he is back up. He got hit once or twice with counterattack on, so let's see what his A2 is going to do here. Boom, 461, so not too bad. But I don't know that, you know, it's going to be interesting. I'd have to go all the way to the end to see if we can build up, because right now 7 million on 13 turns. No, it needs to be 26 million on 13 turns. So we went halfway the wrong direction. and he's our only real damage dealer. So that's all right there. I might take it one more round, so we'll get up to what was it, 20 through 25 or something like that, with the full boss head here, and see if we're doing some more there. But yeah, don't know how much improvement it really is. So we got decreased defense and weaken up. He's about to go. He has been hit a few more times under counterattack. And so let's see what he does with Mikage here. 156, 184, and he's, wow, that's pretty good there. But let's see what happens now with his A2, and boom, 771. Yeah, that's definitely climbing up. So you're going to want to make this damn thing go faster so that he gets hit more often with that and builds up that passive there. I don't know if he went down or not, so I don't know if it would reset if he went down and then got revived or not, or it would stay on through the match. But yeah, I just don't quite have on the support gear to actually help him that much further along. And now the question is, do I want to test him without the Relic? So probably ought to do that for safety purposes. So we'll be back. Okay, so here we are back at the bazaar. The Relic is no longer on Alaz. It is actually on Marius now. So I'll meet you back over at Chimera. Okay, so let's choose Nightmare here. Let's go battle. Okay, we're still with the same team, so we will start here and see what happens in this first go round. I'm not going to speed up just yet, and just do the simple A1 and A1 again. Yeah, we're going to put this out first. Let him do his thing. We will do that. Just A1 from him. Same thing again there. Another A1. Decrease defense and weaken. Hit us, please. Thank you. A little build up there. I want to say it was like 400,000 though the first time. The very first time we hit with the A2. So let's see here. 278. It is definitely a lot weaker now, but let's get to the second round where he'd hit for like 778,000 or something like that. So let me get to there and we'll try and compare apples to apples a little better. Okay, so we're not quite to the same point, but we're there. We got decreased defense and weaken. We're going to do Mikage's A3 so he at least gets that increased damage. The increased attack does him no good. And then when he hits, we'll see what happens here. So he hits, what is he going to hit right here? 134, 134. So not too crazy there. All right, his A2 without the Relic on. And what do we do? We did like 700 something thousand. So let's see if we're anywhere close to that. 623. So we're what, 100, 150K less. So that's starting to add up. And I mean, I don't know, once we get towards the end and he's hitting crazy wicked damage, because as you can see, like here, we're almost 1-to-1, 1 million to each turn there. So we're ramping it up. But the Relic is definitely making a difference there. I don't know how well it'll affect an arena or not. But yeah, if you're using a damage dealer like Alaz, or maybe if you're using, say, a ninja in here with Chimera, I think it's going to make a big help. I'm not quite as sure with ninja. It depends on if you actually give him crit damage and crit rate and all that, or you're just letting mostly the HP burns do the work. But ninja is one of those odd ones, where, hey, build him for damage, or just build him to let his, HP burn stuff do the damage. Anyway, so there we go with the Alaz. And yeah, I would say the Relic is working pretty doggone well, and you will definitely want to put it on either your max HP champions, or definitely your raw DPS champions, especially once you get it up to max and it's ignoring 20% defense plus giving you what I think 40% more crit damage, and you put in some gems and stuff. So that's going to be a wicked little one. In fact, real quick, let's jump back into the bazaar. So I'll see you over there. So okay, over here, as you can see, 20%, 26% crit damage boost. I think it goes up to 40, but the bigger thing, so we start off with 10% of ignore defense, and we potentially can get up to another 20. And then if we go to gemstones over here, right, some of these are okay, dealing, it's like a little more crit damage, but like this one helps you ignore 3% more if they're under 2 debuffs. Well, we're definitely putting the Chimera under 2 or more debuffs most of the time there, because we usually got decreased defense and weaken just by itself. So, and you can stack these, so that would give us 26%. And these are just little rares. I don't know what other ones are available. But so 20%, 26% ignore defense. Now Marius is in Slayer, so he's getting another 30, so we're up to 56% ignore defense on with Slayer. You throw in Helm Smasher here, that's 25 if it hits, so now we're up to 81. And then go back here, try not to close my thing out here. If we come over here, Necmo, who has Cruelty and does AoE hits all the bloody time, he has 6-star Cruelty, so we're ignoring 20% of the bosses, so we're now ignoring 101%. Now that's with all the stars lined up, but minimum of 56% ignore defense to 101, and then you get a champion here like Alaz, where forgot about, he's got Crushing Rend. They both do. So for 10 levels are usually 30 levels, so 30% ignore defense. On top of that, so potentially up to 131, you pretty much don't need Necmothar in there. You're still going to be over 100. So that is crazy once it's maxed out, especially for damage dealers like this. You're just doing pure raw damage. And so it's just based on your build. You don't have to worry about enemy max HP or not there. What else did I want to point out? Did the glyphs, so I want to say that's pretty much it. But yeah, that's crazy. Crushing Rend. Oh, real quick here, since he's merciless, 6-piece merciless, he gets 35. So 35 plus say the 30, we're up to 65. You add the 25 from Helm Smasher, that's 70-90% there, and then you add the 26% from the Relic. Well, you're at 116%, and like I said, so you don't even need Necmothar or anybody putting out decreased defense. Now it's helpful for everybody else. So yeah, definitely any of your DPSs like this, especially if you get them in Merciless or Slayer, you want that. You want that Relic. Anyway, I'm hoping that was definitely insightful there. Definitely kind of proves the value of that Relic, even at just 4-star without any gemstones in it. So take that to heart. Have a nice day.